What's going on, guys? It's your boy DJ Showout, your self-made hustler representing the Bull City right here, right now, for another episode for Talk It Out with Showout, ladies and gentlemen. I was going through my comments on my YouTube page and I stumbled upon a comment that asked me about breaking down the business and pricing with a client when you're dealing with DJing or just dealing with the business in general. If you find this helpful or find it encouraging to implement in your business, feel free to drop a comment, like, subscribe, and yeah, let's break it down. Let's get into it. So first things first, what you want to do is you want to make sure you have a brochure, some sort of one sheet or pricing outline that breaks down all the things that you're going to provide and all the things that you're going to need to make sure your service is of top tier from the clients. Make sure you have that nice layout, clean. You want it to be able to answer all the questions that the client is going to ask. And step two, so once you send your brochure and you send that information out to the client, you're going to get a response back either asking about more details about a certain package or pricing, or just asking about more details in general. That's when you want to set up a meeting. You don't necessarily want to do all your interactions through text or emails. You do want to set up a meeting at some point in time, because setting up a meeting allows the client to see you, see your personality. That sends a signal to the client that you are somebody that means business. You are somebody that knows what you're talking about, knows what you have to offer. And then at the end of that meeting, what you want to do is you want to make sure you follow up with either an email, text, or call, whether that is if you've confirmed the booking, if they needed time to look over things and check back with you. Always reach back out and follow up. Clients sometimes, whether they're planning for a wedding or planning for an event, things can get crazy, life can happen, and sometimes they may forget. And once you've confirmed and got that booking locked in and down and packed, what you want to do is make sure you have a contract ready. Have your contract already ready and laid out, and what you're going to do is that contract is going to detail everything that you're going to provide for the client and everything that the client is responsible for to the contractor. Whether it's if you're traveling, make sure that if the client is going to be covering your room and board, your transportation, make sure everything is laid out in the contract. And also tip, I want to let everybody know of this as well. A simple texting interaction or email interaction, anywhere where there's writing, typing in this situation, that is a contractual agreement that you can use, whether it's you needed to present it in court or present documentation. If I send you an email saying, hey, I want to offer service for you and your company, this is the pricing, this is what I will need, and this is everything laid out. If the person responds back saying, I have read the email, or just saying, I agree to the terms you have said in your email, then right there is your contractual agreement, because you have the person's name and their email. You have that they've confirmed what you emailed to them, and you have what you said as well in the email to put all that together. So that can be used as a contract. Work with what you got, and then you move forward, and then you build and then develop. So after you get your contract, once you got your contract down and you sent that out, once the client has signed that and sent that back to you, you then want to then hit back with the invoice, with your deposit. I recommend at any event that you do, no matter how big or how small, you always get your deposits. Always get a deposit. You set how much you want that deposit to be, whether it be half of the total amount or a percentage of the total amount. However you want to set it up, make sure that there's a deposit made to A, confirm the booking, B, the client knows that, all right, I'm putting money down, so now this locks me in with this particular DJ or with this particular service. Make sure that you have that deposit ready, locked in for that date, so then that way you know the client is ready for you, and the client knows that you have that locked in and you're ready for that date as well. And then once you have that deposit, depending on the time frame between when the deposit was made and when the event is actually happening, you want to make sure that you establish some sort of communication between that point in time. You don't want to just only be reaching out when it's just for money, and you don't want to always just be talking about business at a time. Get to know the client sometimes. Ask them, okay, what is your thoughts for the event? What are the visions that you have? What are some of the ideas that you want to implement? Has there any things that you wanted to talk about that you necessarily really didn't know how to go about it? This is when you get all the little details about the event. If there's a theme behind it, if there's a story behind it, if anybody needs to be recognized, if there's a significant reason behind the event. You want to make sure you get all of those details going into the event, because that only boosts your ability to provide quality and professional service at the day of the event, which leads us to the day of the event. So this is going to be the period of time to where when you have your deposit and you establish that communication after that deposit, you want to make sure that you have your final payment, that final amount due, either paid before the event or when you arrive before setup for the event. When you do that, this allows for you to get the business done out of hand and allows you to focus fully on providing a professional quality service. There's a lot of times when we get there, we have to question, oh, are they gonna pay me? Or you gotta hunt down the person at the end of the event. You gotta sit around, wait around. You don't wanna necessarily really do all that. You wanna make sure your mind is good on all the business and that you are simply there to provide and have a good time. So you want to make sure that that final amount due is paid before the event or when you arrive before setup. And then of course you provide your top quality service. You go in, you hammer it in. These are just quick tips and breakdowns for how I would conduct the business leading up to the event, for a wedding, social event, club, party. It doesn't matter. You want to make sure that you have your business set across the board so that everybody can know what to expect and what to get when they're coming to book you and your business. So I hope this has been helpful for you guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe for more content. Hope to see you guys on the next Talk It Out with Showout show.